Welcome to the Intentional Man Podcast, a podcast that inspires and equips Christian men to live intentionally, pursue God-sized goals, and build lives of significance. I'm your host, Jonathan McGinley, a Maxwell certified life coach, speaker, and trainer, and the founder of Intentional Man. In this podcast, you will hear inspiring stories, learn helpful life practices, and gain valuable insights on how to grow into the man God has made you to be. Welcome and enjoy the show. Hey, it's Jonathan McGinley, the founder and owner of Intentional Man, an organization that inspires and equips men to live intentionally, pursue God-sized goals, and build lives of significance. What is your dream? Do you know what it is that you're pursuing right now? Do you have a long-term vision for your life? And when I ask you those questions, what are some of the immediate emotions that you feel? When I talk about your dreams, are you filled with excitement and passion and energy for the possibilities of the future? Or do you experience more negative emotions like fear, anxiety, or stress? For some of you, dreaming comes naturally, right? It's something you love to spend time on. You have an imagination that's always thinking about future possibilities and goals you want to go after. You have a big vision for your life that's pulling you forward and giving your days excitement. But for most people, this is something that's honestly not a huge part of life. I know you have so many different roles and responsibilities that you play. So oftentimes, it's hard to just find time to relax or spend quality time with family, let alone carve out time to just dream and think about the future. And the reality is, most people get so caught up in the here and the now that they don't take time to step back and get a vision for the future. When there are seemingly endless fires that you have to put out each day, or people that are calling for your attention, your focus is so easily on just the day-to-day things that you lose sight of the future. This happens to me all the time. And naturally, I'll get caught up in everything that's just right there in front of me, and I don't take enough time to get a larger vision for my life and enough time each day to really connect to that future vision. I'm sure you can relate to that. So when was the last time that you just took a break from the stresses of the day-to-day and let yourself dream? When was the last time you let yourself get a bigger vision for your future? You gave yourself permission to just let your imagination go wild and think of possibilities of what you could do. Mark Batterson has a quote that I love, and he says, "We start dying the day that we stop dreaming. And ironically, we start living the day we discover a dream worth dying for." We start dying the day that we stop dreaming. That line hit me hard when I read that quote. If you're not experiencing as much joy and excitement in your life right now as you want, it could be because you don't have a compelling vision or a dream that's pulling you forward. If you wake up each day and you don't have something that's really exciting to you to work hard on and an impact and a mission to fulfill, it's hard to go through each day excited, right? But giving yourself permission to dream big and think of possibilities in the future, I believe, is one of the best gifts that you can give yourself. But unfortunately, it's something that not many people do on a consistent basis. In his book, Put Your Dream to the Test, John Maxwell gives 5 of the most common reasons that people stop dreaming or just have trouble identifying their dreams. So I thought these were really powerful, really interesting, and I wanted to share them with you today. So we're going to go through those. All right, the first step to start to dream more and to give yourself permission and to get a bigger vision for your life, you have to identify the things that are holding you back. You have to get clear on what's holding you back. If you don't know what that is, it's going to be really hard to move forward. So as I go through each of these 5 common reasons that people stop dreaming, just try to identify which ones have really been affecting you. Okay? All right, here we go. Number 1, you get discouraged from dreaming by others. This is where someone in your life, whether it be someone you know well or someone you don't even know at all, said something or did something that caused you to stop dreaming. Maybe somebody told you that your dream was stupid or that you need to just go get a real job. Maybe somebody told you that it was too risky and that you'd be better off just doing something else. Or maybe somebody told you that you weren't good enough, that you weren't talented enough, smart enough, or that you didn't have what it takes. Those kind of comments can be devastating, right? They can end up being deep wounds that cause you to just stop dreaming or thinking big because you don't think you can ever measure up. And unfortunately, it seems like a lot of the world is out there to crush your dreams, right? People get uncomfortable with dreamers sometimes because it makes them feel like they should be doing something more. People oftentimes criticize big dreamers or try to tear them down because they want to feel better about themselves. And I think this is why there's so much hate and discouragement out there online. Most of the negative comments that you see come from people who have also been hurt, and they don't have the courage or capacity to dream anymore. And so they're out there trying to take down others with them. Think through your life. Has there been a time where you got really excited about a big idea and then you were derailed by a hurtful comment or by the actions of others? If so, it's worth taking a deep look at your life to see if this has been negatively affecting you moving forward. Has that incident caused you to just settle for different areas of your life? Has it caused you to never want to dream big or risk again? If the answer is yes, don't be discouraged. I've been there. That can be really difficult. I continue to be there and have to work through it. But the encouraging part is you've now identified these areas of pain and these things that have been holding you back. And now you can start to work on it and rewrite that part of your story. The truth is, you have what it takes. You have everything you need to pursue that vision you feel like God has placed on your heart. You are worthy of pursuing a big dream and going after that vision that you have for your future. You can rewrite that story. That's the encouraging part. So here's the second reason that people tend to stop dreaming, and that's because of past disappointments and past hurts. As you go through life, you are going to experience some bumps and bruises. There are going to be times when things don't go the way you hoped for or the way that you planned. There are going to be times when you step out and you take a risk and you end up falling flat. How have you let those times affect you? Have they completely killed your capacity to dream? Have they caused you to settle? Have they caused you to give up on your vision? As you get older, you're going to experience more of these moments of pain and disappointment. And that's why a lot of times people dream less and less as they get older. They've experienced some pain and they never want to experience it again, so they make their lives as comfortable as possible. The problem is, when you stop dreaming, you stop really living. When you only seek comfort, you stop growing. Think about some of those biggest triumphs in life. Most likely, they came on the other side of some pain and some struggle. That's what made them such a triumph. Think of some of the biggest lessons you've learned in life. They probably came on the other side of mistakes and failures. Think of the moments where you felt closest to God or you got to know his character better. They're most likely in the midst of immediate pain or disappointment or in the aftermath. But these things are a natural part of life. But when used correctly, they can lead to your greatest breakthroughs. You don't experience those mountaintop moments because of a lack of pain and struggle. You typically experience those mountaintop moments because of the existence of pain and struggle. So have you let your hurts and disappointments kill your capacity to dream? Have you let them drive you to a place of complacency? If so, spend some time rewriting that story. Turn them into lessons. Learn from them. Grow from them. And then start to dream again. Okay, so that was number 2. Number 3 here, and this goes hand in hand with the last one, is we get in the habit of settling for average. A big reason people don't dream big or getting an exciting vision for their future is they settle for average too often. Unfortunately, I hear so many men say things like, no one likes their job, or success is only reserved for those natural born leaders, or that would be great to accomplish or do, but somebody like me could never do that. These limiting beliefs we place on our lives cause us to settle for average. When you believe the lie that you don't have what it takes, or that people who are living their dream just have something special that you don't, it will cause you to give up on pursuing the things that excite you. And it's going to cause you to fall into a pattern of passivity. And here's the truth. The enemy wants you to settle for average. He wants you to believe those lies. He wants you to think that you don't have what it takes or that others are better than you. And I believe his greatest tactic right now is to keep men playing average. It's to keep great men on the sidelines. It's to keep them distracted or discouraged to the point where they don't pursue the passions and the mission that God has placed on their lives. If he can't get you to completely give up on God, then the next best thing is to get you stuck in that rut of passivity. There's a famous quote that says, "The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing." Have you settled for average in different areas of your life? Have you let pain or discomfort keep you on the sidelines? Have you let criticism from others derail you from your mission? It happens to all of us at some point in time. And if you find yourself settling for average, now is the time to start dreaming again. Allow yourself to get a bigger vision of your life and pursue it with all that you got. Now is the time. Okay, the fourth reason that people oftentimes stop dreaming is they lack the confidence needed to pursue their dreams. This is a big one. I believe more dreams are killed immediately by a lack of confidence than dreams failing along the way. Right? Most dreams die immediately because your brain will start to ask you how in the world you're going to pull this off. And then you start to question your abilities and you don't ever actually get started. Is there a dream you've had where you just immediately disqualified yourself? It takes confidence to even talk about a dream to others and even more confidence to pursue it. And here's the thing. You're going to find the most confidence in your life when you're taking consistent action and making consistent progress toward a meaningful pursuit. Very rarely do you feel 100% confident before starting something new. You have to become comfortable starting something without 100% confidence, but know that you're going to gain confidence as you gain skill and as you gain experience. As your competence grows, your confidence will grow. When you start to get better and gain more skills and you get more experience, you're going to gain confidence. Think about the last time you started a new job. On day one, you don't feel very confident about anything, right? It all feels overwhelming. You don't feel comfortable at all. But as you do the job week after week, those things that seemed hard at first become easy. And now you probably do most of those things just on autopilot. It's the same with our big dreams. They honestly should scare you. They should make you a little uncomfortable. But as you take consistent action, the confidence will come. There are many times in your life where you've done something new and you've gotten good at it. Lean on that success as a confidence boost that you're going to figure things out as you go. You've done it before. Don't let a dream die before it ever begins because of a lack of confidence. Okay, here we go. Reason number 5. The last reason people don't dream is because they lack the imagination to dream. And I think the real reason here is just because people don't take the time to dream. God has given you a capacity to dream. He has given you an imagination. He has given you potential. He has given you gifts and talents and abilities. You have the ability to think of the future. You have the ability to dream and to use your imagination. The problem is you're not intentionally making that a part of your life. And so your dreaming muscle is weak. Just like any other muscle, you need to work it out in order for it to grow. You need to start using that muscle for it to get strong. Like I mentioned before, I naturally get caught up in the day-to-day activities and I usually put those before brainstorming. And so I need to put dreaming in the calendar or it's not going to happen. You have to be intentional. You have to be proactive. If you don't invest any time into thinking about the future, you cannot then say that you don't have an imagination. You don't have an imagination problem. You have a scheduling problem. That's the reality. So here's my challenge to you today. In the next week, within the next 7 days, plan a time to just dream. And this could be 30 minutes. This could be a full day away, but put some time in your schedule to think about your future and give yourself permission to dream big. Give yourself time to think of a future that's exciting and compelling to you. I promise this will be one of the biggest blessings that you can give yourself. And as you do it, watch out for those 5 things that I just covered today because those might stop you. Watch out for those. But thanks for joining me today. I hope this was helpful. I hope this was inspiring. And I truly hope and pray that God gives you an exciting vision for your future as you actually take the time to dream. So please share this with others if you found it helpful. Leave a comment or any questions you might have as well. And go live a life you're proud of by living intentionally. That's all I've got for this episode of the Intentional Man podcast. One thing that would really help both of us and new potential listeners is for you to share this show with others, post about it on social media, and leave a rating and review. Thanks for joining me today, and until next time, remember to build a life you're proud of by living intentionally.